Good morning, good morning, good morning, B.
Good morning. How you doing, Mama?
Good. I got to run it thinking I had more time. And I looked up and it was like, oh my gosh, we should be on the air. You just think you have more time.
When I signed on, all I heard was "hold up."
You
Then I
did,
heard,
you heard me.
I heard you say "hold up."
I know, I was like, wait a minute, hold up. Because I've been up and moving and then I just lost track of time. So
Oh well, welcome, welcome. Good morning. Good to see you, Mom.
you too, you too.
I see you bundled up over there. Is it cold?
It's cold in here. Yep, look.
See, that was my yesterday.
I thought about you. Yeah, I'm like, I'm cold this morning. But I was hot last night, so the
Uh,
air is down really low. I was having one of these hot flash things, y'all.
mm,
Just a little. So
how's that going for you?
it's actually much better. So I will not complain. It's considering where I came from with this, 100%.
Mm,
Like really. So
good,
sometimes
good.
I think it's what I eat or whatever that triggers it. I don't know, but I just kind of had them last night. So really hot last night and cold this morning. So
It'd be like that, right?
yeah, that's why God tells y'all to treat us right. We
Because
be
it's hot
growing
last
through
night and cold this morning. That's why
what you say about the moon, and we're the moon and this we're the no we're the
y'all go
moon.
through phases.
Yeah,
Y'all go through little phases like the moon, where it's men just up and down, up and down.
yeah. So,
But that's cool. That's cool. It's
well,
good to
how's
get to.
everybody doing out there? Yeah,
Yeah, let
thank you,
us know,
Brandon.
y'all. Let us know. Let us know how you doing. Where you calling from? Where you not calling, but where you watching from. I'm interested to see people start to pop up in different places, like around the world. Buenos dias y salud. Buenos dias y salud también a tú. That means good morning, and salutations.
Good morning. Good morning, KL. Good
Good
morning.
day. Good to see you, KL. I sent you the Instagram key if you want to get that rolling, and we'll get on started with the show. We'll get started with the show. Who
Yeah.
else we got out
While
there?
I'm doing this, that's all I see that has come in it. So you guys let us know. Also, want to know about the savings challenge. Are we doing it? Are we doing it? Are we doing it? You guys, let's do it. So I've
Today's
put
what,
all the
$15?
information that I've put. I haven't looked today and dropped mine in there, but it's I believe so, Brandon. I'll look in just a second. But I want to make sure that we did yesterday. Brandon, I just sent you that key.
Awesome.
Um,
Thank you.
that we're doing it, and I was sharing it with someone last night actually, and he was like, Sammy, I don't know if I can do that. It's my phone. And I said, you can, it doesn't have to be what it says, right? You can put $1 back. Seriously, on some days if you don't have it. And let me say this, if you think you don't have it, you need to do this.
Mm.
It's more reason to do it. And you will have to make choices. Like, don't buy that McDonald's. Don't buy that Popeyes that day. Or buy the kids meal and put the other part up. How about let's do that? So you have to find a way to do what you need to do. Because with finances, right? We have to be more wise. And if we do this together, we're creating another energy. So if you can't do the amount that it asks you to do on that day, do something.
Mm.
Do something. And if you have $50 saved and at the end of 30 days, hey, put it aside. But we need to have something to go to. And I really believe that we always have it. It's just we the way we spend it. Some of us go out and eat every day, right? And then you'll say, I don't have it. I don't have it to put back. So make sure you're doing that. We have Richetta, Auntie Richet Chet says, good morning, butterfly and family. Love, love, love. Miss Brenda, good everything, everybody. Happy birthday to me. Oh, she gonna make me sing the song this morning, y'all. I hadn't looked out there. Miss Brenda, happy birthday. Brenda, we gonna sing to her?
Oh, you gonna sing to her? I'm good. I can sing. I can say happy birthday, but I ain't gonna sing live on the air. Happy birthday.
I
Not Saturday
am. Oh,
morning.
I am. At the end, Miss Brenda, stay with us.
No,
We're
I
gonna
got you, Miss.
celebrate today.
It to you, baby. I'll sing it to you. I'm just messing with you.
Mark Walker, welcome back. We've missed you. Well, I think he's been. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mark. I think you've been kind of listening after the show. Um, because if you're listening live, you got to let us know you're there. But I've been seeing your comments. Thank you, Valdosta, um, from Valdosta. And so if you're listening YouTube, uh, Instagram, let us know you're out there. Brandon, I have something that I want to share. Do you
Yeah,
want to do it before or afterwards?
I said let's do it before.
Okay. So I found my book, and it's actually Draw the Circle. And I forgot it's a prayer challenge, the 40-day prayer challenge. Now, that's the kind of challenge I like, y'all, right? So I picked it up and was reading it last night. It's just a couple of sentences. It said, this is day one, get ready. He prayed to God regularly, Acts 10 and 2. And there's a part that said, when you pray to God regularly, irregular things happen on a regular basis. Popcorn, irregular. Pen, irregular thing, right? Can't put the parking space here, but y'all know about the parking space. So it says when you pray to God regularly, irregular things happen on a regular basis. You never know when or where or how God will invade the routine of your life, but you can live in holy anticipation. Isn't that beautiful? Holy anticipation, knowing that God is orchestrating supernatural sync what's that word, Brandon? Synchrocytes, like a grandmaster who strategically positions chess pieces on a chessboard. God is always preparing us and positioning us for divine appointments. And prayer is the way we discern the next move. The plans of God are only revealed in the presence of God. It's more, but I'm gonna stop there. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, that's beautiful. I like
That's
that.
beautiful. So regular praying to God regularly, irregular things happen on a regular basis. There's so much more I could tell y'all, but I just don't bring them here. I just don't bring them. Now those things that really pop like this, but there's a lot of little irregular things that happen in my life and make me go, hmm, God. So I just thought it was interesting that we bought the book. Yesterday drew me to the book. Brandon, found it out there for me, and I went and found my book. So I think I might start doing this challenge again for
Oh,
me, as part of my prayer life. So y'all get the
that's
book, and I did drop it out there.
awesome. Well, thank you, Mom, and keep us updated on your journey through the book. That'd be something interesting to keep up with, just to see how it goes for you.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
think I'll do it again.
hmm?
I said I think I'll start the challenge again.
Well,
40
good.
days. I might as well do it while I'm doing the $1,000. It will just add. It cannot take away.
That's true.
That's one thing. Like doing the savings challenge, it cannot take away from your life, right? And if it does, it's maybe a meal here, a meal there, going to a club, buying or dinner and buying a drink. Like if you like to drink, do it at home. Those drinks are $15, $20 a pop. Come on now. Do it at home. So you can make a way to save, and you can certainly make a way to draw the circle around your prayers. That means pray consistently to me. All right, over to you, Brandon.
Yeah, y'all don't drink. Don't drink. It's a waste. It's a waste. If you save your money for a year from drinking, I'm curious how much it would be if it's $20 a pop, and ain't no telling. I don't know, man. It's not helping you any. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys know this, but when you drink alcohol, it actually impacts your body for up to 72 hours. Impacts your brain up to 72 hours for sure. So that's you might not be able to function as well. And people can drink on Saturday and still be impacted on Monday. So just a thought to consider, guys. But welcome everybody. We got Kayla on the Instagram saying hello, good morning. Hope y'all having a great week. We hope you have a great morning, a great week too, Kayla. And without further ado, y'all, let's jump right into the show. As you come into the chat, let us know who you are, where you are, and please go to the YouTube while you are listening and like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for us to let all the platforms know that this is the type of content you want to see and you want to see more like it. When you turn on those notifications, you get an indication every time we come online. You don't have to search for it anymore. It pops up on your screen, makes it easier for you. So hopefully right now y'all are enjoying your coffee and maybe getting ready to go out and start your day and go to work. We appreciate you guys rocking with us and spending that time with us this morning. So as you get ready, let's get into the motivation for today on day 167 of the In This Season podcast. So the title today on July 16th is Try This On for Size. Try this on for size. And our quote of the day comes from Nanny Helen Burroughs, who's an educator and civil rights activist. And she said, people may doubt what you say, but they will always believe what you do. People may doubt what you say, but they will always believe what you do. And this one looks pretty short, y'all. So let's jump right into it. It says, many of us languish under a consciousness of I'll try. Just two little words, so enabling yet so inhibiting. Trying is usually an excuse for not doing. It is a concept employed to justify self-defeat. For example, have you ever tried to sleep at night? If you did, you awoke the next morning groggy and listless. Have you ever tried to lose weight? If so, the only thing that you probably lost was time. Just try to quit smoking. So many smokers do as they light up another cigarette.
Hmm.
Trying to quit means you're still smoking and working like hell not to. If you try to do something, you're expending a great deal of energy on activity, not accomplishment. And accomplishment is the bottom line. In the real world, there are no A's for effort, only for results. If you doubt me, just try to sit down. Either you do or you don't. I know many college dropouts who tried to complete their degrees. Remember, the world will judge you, not try to judge you, by your actions, not your intentions. And the affirmation or the motivation that we read at the bottom of the page three times, one for me, one for you, and one for the person that you're going to send this to, is I will do, not just try. I will do, not just try. And last time, I will do, not just try. Mom, over to you. What do you think about this? Try this on for size.
Um, so I'm gonna go back up to our quote, Brandon. I don't know if you noticed, and this is just something that struck interesting to me because so
Nanny.
Nanny, and then what about Helen? So that's my
Mm,
grandmother's first name and my mother's middle name. I love it.
yeah. I saw that
Right.
when I was like,
You
I'm waiting.
did. Yeah, I was like, Nanny and Helen, look at mama and grandmama. So this is for me, you guys. I don't know if, well, for those of you who've been here, and I'm going to go down to it where it says intentions by your actions and not and your intentions, right? I don't, there is this thing that's always been interesting to me, that I've mentioned here before, because so often when we're talking about trying, and the young man that I was speaking to last night, he said this word, and I was like, no, you're not going to try. You're going to do. And when we say the word try, not always, but I think subconsciously there is already some doubt there, right? As to if we can do this, and maybe the doubt again. I think it's sometimes subconsciously in just the way that we look at and do this world. right? It's about our self-awareness. It's about the what we think about ourselves, right? How we feel about what we can do. And if truth be told that we're a lot, there's a lot of people going through a lot of things because they are really insecure,
Hmm.
right? They don't have faith in themselves. They don't believe in themselves. So it came to it came to me one day when I was, well, getting up, because I get up in the middle of the night. It's dark, pitch dark, because I like it pitch dark. Rarely do my feet miss my house shoes because there's nothing blocking me there. Like, there's my intentions. I have faith that I can put my feet in the shoes, right? The same with the door. If I'm coming home, well, not so much now, but I would be coming home in Cordova, and my when I put, it's dark, right? Maybe I didn't leave the light on outside. Rarely would I not put the key in the little bitty latch, right? Because there's nothing blocking me there. So when we try to do things, when we say we're going to try, number one, in most cases, you're already defeated, right? Number two, it is more about how you feel about yourself, the faith that you have in yourself. See, we'll say we'll do the little things, the things where, you know, just little things. Oh, no problem. The shoes, the door, right? Putting that key in the door, putting my feet in the shoes. But when it comes to things that really challenge us, that internal life, because we run from growth. And I do believe sometimes, Brandon, it's because we're so broken and so hurt, right? Or we have been. And to acknowledge that there's something else inside of me that I have to fix that's going to hurt. We try to avoid pain. And as Brandon with those knees, once he learned, he complained about the knees until he learned, the doctor had to tell him, you're growing. You're just growing tall. And then he welcomed the pain, right? So when things happen in your life, they're happening for you. And that's a big pill to swallow. So try this one for size. Change your vocabulary. We're not going to try to save money in 30 days. We are going to. The amount really doesn't matter. Don't get caught up the $1,000. Well, Miss Tammy, I'll try. No, you can do this. Take the amount out because the point is saving. The point is stop smoking. So it says here, it says trying to quit means you're still smoking and working like hell not to. Let's work like hell to do it rather than not to. Because you could be, some people trying while they're smoking, man. I'm trying to stop smoking. Take a puff. How about, man, I'm going to stop smoking. Throw it away. You have to do something different. Because if you don't, you're going to be trying all your life. All of your life. Y'all buy them tennis shoes. Just do it, right? Just do it. Just do it. Don't try, just do it. Let it hurt. Let it hurt when you throw that cigarette away. And as Brandon talked about yesterday, momentum. You throw enough of them away, you'll be like, man, I'm wasting my money. And you'll stop. It's hard, for sure, but it is worth it, for sure. Over to you, Brandon.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you so much, and I agree. And thank you for sharing those insights and even the stories about my knees. I'm reminded even now, like I'm sore right now from training yesterday. My muscles are sore, face is sore, my eyes are a little gunky because when we're punching and rolling and grappling, fingers get poked in the eyes and you get little injuries, and so it's got to heal. Um, and there's a lot of gunky stuff that you got to go through sometimes when you're growing. Growing is uncomfortable. Growing it's a feeling of transition, and a lot of people love to stay in their comfort zone, but there's no growth there, right? And comfort zone is try. When you say I'll try, that's comfort zone. That means I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone, but I'm not there. I'll try to get there on time, but it's more comfortable for me, and I'm used to not being.
Mm.
I'll try to finish this project, but it's showing a degree of doubt before doubt is necessary. You can say that I will finish this. And you can be very matter of fact. Either you do know you're going to finish it, or you don't know if you're going to finish it. And a lot of times, and I'll speak to myself first, sometimes when we're trying, it means we're doing too much in other places that we can't allocate the time, the space, the energy, and the intention and attention to whatever that project is, or that situation is. So in many cases, when you're just trying to do something, maybe find something that isn't as necessary in your life, that you can take away that attention and intention and put it on this. Reevaluate your life and break things down into sections if you can. Is this serving me, or is this not? First section. If it's not, delete it. I mean, and you can have rest days. You can have leisurely days. You can be on a diet and have days where you eat not according to the diet, but you can't have that be every day. People call it a cheat day. Maybe once a month, once every 2 weeks, you can have some ice cream, or you can do something like that, just to keep your energy up, right? Mental energy. But as far as the long haul, you really don't need it. You're not trying to lose weight. You're losing weight. I'm in the process of losing weight. If you're committed to a process, then it's very unlikely that you'll use the word try. But when you say the word try, it means to me that you're more attuned to the instant gratification of whatever the day has, and not the chipping away at that stone, like the sculptor we read about, I think 2 days ago. So I mean, even if you do something small, like we said, we always use that reference of how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Just take a bite. Don't say I'm trying to eat an elephant. Say I'm taking a bite. I'm taking a bite. I'll take another bite. I've taken a bite. And before you know it, you've chipped down or chipped away at whatever that big goal was, by saying the difference of willpower. And that's really all it is. It's the difference between I will and I try is your actual willpower. And there's something that I found interesting at the bottom here, where it says, remember the world will judge you, not remember the world will judge you, not try to judge you by your actions, not your intentions. And there's a little reflexiveness that I think gives some of us cognitive dissonance, because spiritually, in the unseen world, your intentions matter more than the actual action.
Mhm.
Right? Your intention matter more than the actual action itself. The action has some bearing, but your intention in doing it actually is what has the most impact spiritually. Let me give an example. You could It's wrong to steal, correct? It's wrong to steal. That is a bad deed. If you are starving and your family is starving, you have no means, and I mean no means, no ability at this moment to get some food. And there are people around the world that have that. And there's a big old truck of apples and peaches and pears riding by. Some of them are falling off the truck, or, there's an abundance there. It's just delivering these apples, these peaches, these fruit. If you, in your starved state, take a couple of apples and peaches to feed your family, there is no doubt that you have stolen. Without paying, you have stolen, right? But your intention is to feed your family that day from starving, not just because they want apples and y'all got all this other food, not just because it's something that tastes good and there's other things that you could get, not because you can go out right now and work for it and then earn some income, then go get it. But there has to be some type of dire situation to where this is your last resort. Because of that intention, the impact is different. Do you guys understand that? That
Mm-hmm.
and I might not even be using the best example, but your intention when giving charity, right? If you give it just to show off, just to be seen and to be held in a high regard amongst men, then the impact of that charity and the blessings that come from you being charitable are diminished because your intention was less. Your intention um was from a place of haughtiness, a place of pursuing status. So whatever you are pursuing in that is what you'll get. If you are pursuing worldly gain from giving charity, then maybe that's all that you'll get. But if you are seeking spiritual gain, if you're seeking the pleasure of God, if you're seeking goodness for goodness sake, then that has a different spiritual implication than if you were doing it just for, right? But in this world, in the physical world, that was the spiritual world we were talking about. So we must realize that because we're spiritual beings having a physical experience, and many
Mm-hmm.
times our orientation of thought is, well, I intend to do good, so that must have an impact, or that has to count, right? Whereas in this world, the world judges you not by your intentions, but by your actions. If you as a let's say you hit somebody in a car accident, God forbid, right? When you go to court about this, they're not going to give you any leeway because it wasn't your intention,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's you still have a crime there, right? Now that the murder might not be first degree, it might be manslaughter, it might be vehicular manslaughter if God forbid someone from passes away from that, but you are still being charged with a crime. It's not, oh well, they intended just to go around this person. No, you harmed someone. There was physical harm that was done. There was a victim, and therefore there has to be some type of justice or recompense or retribution for that action. This world judges you by your actions. So if you're trying to do something and not doing it, if you're just trying to do it, then there's nothing to judge, and you will be overlooked, passed over. Not to make it a reference to Passover, but you will be overlooked or not judged or not even in the race. So do something, even if it's a little something. Start small, and that's another reason why we try to do things, because sometimes we're looking at this big huge picture and we're trying to accomplish it all in one back,
Mm-hmm.
one jump. We're trying to eat the elephant in the room with one bite, knowing our mouths ain't that big. Well, not all of ours. Some of ours maybe, but we can't eat that elephant in one bite. And so we say we'll try. But if we commit to the process, right, of that one bite at a time, if we commit to the process of reading one page of your scripture a night, if we commit to the process of um, um, eating healthy just this next meal, then you can do it. I will do it. And you spoke, Mom, earlier about praying frequently. So as a Muslim, I pray 5 times a day. And my wife said something, I think 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago. She said, if I can just manage myself between this prayer and the next prayer, if I can just get to
Mm-hmm.
then I'm good. And then when I get to that prayer, my goal is to go to the next prayer. and to be good in between that time. And if and what I ask for forgiveness for, or what I seek guidance for in on that next prayer, is anything I did wrong or had bad intentions on, but since the last prayer. So from the morning prayer to the noon prayer. When I get to the noon, my intention after the morning prayer is, Lord, allow me to worship you again in the noon prayer. Make it to where it's easy for me to, clean myself, submit myself, to worship you at the next prayer. Make it to where I get there, and you'll find out that the way, the path, the doors are open for you, and it's made easy for you. And then when you get to that next prayer, from the morning prayer to the noon prayer, if there's anything if there's anyone that you transgressed, even yourself, because we do transgress ourselves. Like I said, the biggest lies we tell are the ones we tell to ourselves. You lied to yourself. You transgressed yourself, right? Even doing some of the major sins, these are transgressions against maybe others, but also against yourself. But if there's something you've done between those two prayers, then at the next prayer, you can make what's called tauba, or you can ask for forgiveness to God earnestly with a pure intention, and believing in a positive disposition that your Lord will forgive you, right? And so the next prayer, then you say, okay, well, my next goal is to make the next prayer and to contain myself, maintain myself, and uphold my standards, my values, my principles to that next prayer. I can do that. But if you start off in the beginning of the day, man, I'm gonna get all 5 prayers today. That's a great goal. Or you can say, I will try. It's easy to say, I'm gonna try to get all my prayers today. You look at it and you think, man, there seems to be a lot of other things that could impact that. You're already allowing the thought that there are so many things that I don't control in this day, but you haven't given it over to God at that moment, right? So what can you control? There's another saying in Islam that says, tie your camel and then trust in Allah, or tie your camel and trust in God, right? To do the translation for you in English. Tie your camel and then trust in God. So meaning when that prayer time comes up, there were people in the desert, that when the prayer time would come up, they would just hop off of their camels and instantly start praying. They were so devoted to that moment. But God doesn't make us without intellect, right? God doesn't make us without intellect and discernment, to where we would just jump off. Like, if it's time to pray, what do I look like driving in my car on the highway, and I jump out of my car while the car is still moving, without taking out the keys in ignition, without putting it in park, just to pray? Is that smart? Is that me using? No. You find a safe place to park. You don't pray on the side of the highway where there's 18 wheelers passing by, because it's dangerous to you. Your number one obligation is to protect life, starting with yours, right? That's why suicide is a bad thing to do. It's a sin. It's a transgression against yourself. You're taking the sovereignty of life and death away from God, right? And putting it in your own hand. So we should protect life. Find somewhere safe. Pull over. Make your place, and then pray. But tie your camel first, because if you don't tie your camel and you're in the middle of the desert, your camel could walk off, and by the time you get done praying, you got to run and chase a camel whose legs are longer than your body. You got to do double time to catch up. So tie your camel, then trust in God. What does this mean? This means do the best that you can with your hands, then ask God. It's a lot of us that are walking around saying, I'm trying to lose weight, and you ain't ate a carrot. It's a lot of us saying, I'm trying to get a new job, and you ain't put in an application. You think just that by praying it's going to fall into your lap. And God can do that. But do you think God is more likely to reward the person who's earnestly praying and earnestly trying with all their might, with all the faculties that God already gave them? God's like, you want to eat, but you won't plant a seed. You want a job, but you won't go and get in the bike, let's say, not even the car that I provided you in your provision to go to that Walgreens and make that application. You won't use the hands that I gave you to move the load off of your chest
Or the mind.
or the mind, but
Yeah.
you're asking without showing. You know, that's like a child that comes, like my kids or something. If I say tight, put on your shoes, and they say I can't, or I'm trying, but they haven't touched the string.
Mhm.
So grab your strings, tie your shoe, then walk, right? And when you pray, pray with your feet. Pray with your feet. Pray with action and intention so that you can benefit in this world and the next. Don't try, will yourself into action. That's all I have.
So, Brandon, really quickly, I want to, well, first, let me say good morning, Matt Holloway. Thank you for, we've missed you. Go back and listen to those few episodes that you missed, but thank you for jumping back in with us. So, a few things I want to break down here. It says, many of us languish under a consciousness of I'll try, of a consciousness of I'll try, right? So, consciousness is the quality or state of being aware, especially of something with oneself, right? So, this tells me that you already know by saying, I'll try, you're playing with yourself, right? It goes on to say, just two little words, so enabling, yet so inhibiting. So, do the work. Look up enabling, look up inhibiting, and then compare the two for yourself. I have it pulled up, but I'm not going to do this for you today. You guys need to really, whatever you get from here, as the book says, the back of the book says, it deserves more time for contemplating and make it applicable for your life. So this is applicable for today because so often, even I believe when I put stuff out there, how many of you really go back and read it? Or if it, even if it struck you as interesting, if it hit something in you, do you go back and contemplate on it, make it applicable to your life? Or do you just keep scrolling through Facebook, right? So we have to change things within us, and your I'll try will then become I will do. So it says, instead of saying I'll try, say I will. This gives an assurance that it would be done. It would move you to do that thing or that task. Because saying I try kind of sets you free to like, mm. And it says, if it looks unachievable, take it as a challenge. Challenge yourself, right? And you will find yourself putting in more efforts into doing it, right? So say, I will today, whatever it is. And listen, I will today, I believe will change your intention. It will help to change your intention about whatever it is you are trying to do. So let's look at it that way. You made me think about something else. Oh, it says typically trying is usually an excuse for not doing, right? You kind of set yourself free a little bit because you know that you're not going to do it anyway. You know that you're not going to do it. And it, with your intentions, it's about having goals. And I think I put this out here as well. Let me go back and then I'll be done here, Brandon. Um, an intention is an idea that you plan or intend to carry out. If you mean something, it's an intention. Because, see, sometimes we say, I'm going to try to stop smoking, but you really don't want to. You're just saying it. Your goal, purpose, or aim. How many times have we heard those words, especially aim? your goal. Have you written your goals down? If you want to stop smoking, write it down. Why do you need to stop smoking? It will help you save money, right? It will certainly help you feel better. What's the purpose? And what's your aim? How will you do it? Who's a friend that you could call and say, man, I want that smoke. So it says your goal, your purpose, or aim is your intention. And if you don't have a goal, if you are without purpose, and if you're not aiming for anything, there's no intention there. You don't want to do what it is you're saying that you will try to do. So it says it's something you mean to do, whether you do it or not. It's something that you mean to do. So when you mean to do something, you do it. You do it. When I'm meaning to get in my house, didn't matter if it was dark. I put the key right in. Nothing is blocking it. Same thing when I turn over, get up, turn my legs out, that my feet go right into my shoes in the pitch dark. So what's blocking you from the things that you say you are trying to do? That is the big picture. What is blocking you? Truth be told, is that you don't want to. The second thing is you feel like you can't. So you won't. You'll just keep saying, I'm trying. So let's say I will save $1,000 within 30 days. Use that chart out there. And guess what? If you don't save 1,000, but you get to 500, you have $500 that you could put aside. When that tire goes flat, you got a little bit of saving. When life pops on you, you got a little bit of savings. So let's not try to save this month. Let's do it. I will save. Let's not try to pray more. Where did my book go? Let's not try to pray more. You know, you want to pray more? Get the book. 40 days. Because I think I'm going to start doing this maybe 30 minutes before, an hour before we on. That's a big task. But guess what? Man, this this would add to my life again. When I did this years and years ago, 40-day challenge, draw the circle, I remember that time. I remember growing through it. So if you want to do this, y'all buy the book, right? Pray more, 40-day challenge to pray more, save money, and not I will try, but I will. I will pray more. I will have more faith in myself. I will stop smoking. I will save money. I will transform my life. My actions will be different. My stinking thinking will change. I will be positive. I will see the glass not half empty, but half full. I will pour into myself, right? So I will get up and listen to, if it's not this one, that's fine. I will listen to some form of daily motivation every day. I will read just a verse a day, one Proverbs a day, verse, chapter. You have life. God has given you life today. What will you do with it? What have you done with it thus far? Have you even thanked Him for life, for breath, for all of your senses? Man, if you could see, hear, smell, comprehend, wow. If you got water, clean water, you got heat, air, food, and just for today, who knows what tomorrow will bring? Can you be thankful for what God has given you today, starting with life? So that's all I have, Brandon. I'm going to draw the circle. I put it out there yesterday. The money challenge is out there as well. You guys grab it. I'll do it again today. For those of you who may have missed, yesterday and the day before, I'll put it out there again today with what we are to drop in, that whatever it is you're dropping your money in. Y'all don't get caught up on the amount. Put something in. I don't care if it's a penny. Put something in. Have the will. Have the will. Okay? Over to you, Brandon. Are you on mute, Brandon?
All right, can you,
Yeah.
I wanted to add one more thing. Sometimes you can change the consciousness, like we were talking about in this. It says many of us languish in the consciousness of "I'll try." You can change that to an "I will" by just adding a. If you add a pause after "will," it changes it. It becomes something else. It becomes a command to yourself instead of saying even I will do my homework or I will accomplish this. You can say, I will accomplish this. I will pray 5 times. So the I will is now a command or I will this to happen, right? It changes the intention. I will that I'm going to be successful today. I will that I'm going to change my tire. I will
Mm.
that today I will be happy and patient and kind. I will that I'm going to pray 5 times today.
Mm.
I will that, whatever it might be, I'll make breakfast to this morning instead of, or whatever it is. It could be something small. It could be something big. I will pause, save the money in the challenge, right? So you're changing it from this auxiliary verb, right, to this demanding thing for you, this action, right? That compels and requires your action, and you're saving it in your mind and in your consciousness in a different way, and it permeates your entire being and how you approach whatever it is that you said. And there's something, and as you know, as Muslims we say inshallah, inshallah. Even if we want something to happen, we still understand that it's our tradition to understand that God ultimately has the final say. Right? Today is actually an Islamic holiday, so you know, uh, we're fasting today. It's called the Day of Ashura, right? And the Day of Ashura is, you know, celebrated as a day that many of us fast. It's not obligatory, but it's a choice to fast. And if you fast this entire day, um, the reward for it is the forgiveness of all your sins from the previous year, right?
Mm.
And the significance of the day of Ashura is this is the day that the uh, the Hebrews were freed from Pharaoh, right?
Mm.
The Israelites were freed from Pharaoh. It's also the day that Noah um, in the boat found land.
Oh.
It's so there's significance in these days and these times that we celebrate. So that's what the day of Ashura is, and so we're fasting today. And so it's a difficult thing, but I will fast, inshallah. So we add our will, we add our the action that we want to do, but at the end of the day, we still say, I don't know if I'll even make it to the end of the day, inshallah. So at the end, but some Muslims, I will say, use inshallah as an I'll try. Some people say that sometimes. They're like, oh, inshallah, brother, inshallah. Like, maybe. No. But it's not meant to be that. Meant to be a protection around whatever you have willed to happen, whatever you want to accomplish. When you say inshallah, you're saying whatever is good in it and whatever is good for me, I'm asking for that to be taken care of. And if it's bad for me, then may Allah will it not to be a success.
Mm.
Bad, like we were speaking yesterday,
Yes.
sometimes us welcoming on success and we wanting all the success, but we're not prepared for it, it would change us. It would take us further away from guidance, and more into misguidance and running astray. Then we ask, when we say inshallah, we're saying don't give this to me if this isn't your will. If your will
Mm.
for me isn't this direction, then don't allow me to have it. Make it difficult for me. and make it easy for me to have that which is good for me in this world and the next. Right. So that's all I have today, but I will pause, then say what you are going to do. Inshallah.
Brandon, would you read that? Are you able to see that one on the screen
Yeah.
right there?
Mhm. To will, to decide, bring about, or attempt to effect or bring about by an act of the will.
To will.
To will. To
All
will.
right. Mm-hmm. And then one more.
Synonyms of will, I'm
To,
guessing, is
mm-hmm.
determine, to purpose, determine on, or elect by an act of the mind or consciousness. If he wills success, he can find it.
All
Powerful.
right.
Powerful. Well, all right,
Powerful.
y'all. Thank y'all so much for attending this with us while you get ready for your day. Go out there, be great. We know you will. We know you
You
will.
will.
So if you haven't been here the entire time, like we said in the beginning, go to the YouTube channel. In the letter N, this season podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, like this video. It moves it up on the queue, and also turn on those notifications and become a subscriber to this channel so that you can get notified when we put new videos and things like that. And you guys can be here with us every time. So we appreciate you. Please share this video with someone that you know that needs to hear this, that has a goal that they've been working on um, for a long time, and they just keep saying, well, I'm trying, right? Tell them no. Are you willing? Are you truly willing? Right? So let's go out there and will something
Mhm.
into into life, will something into being, into manifest it in a way with your hands, with your actions, with your deeds, and make sure that your intentions are pure, right? And your
Hey, Brandon, could I ask you to repeat before we get off what Sella said about making it to the next prayer? Could you say that just one more time before we leave? He
sure.
was saying, okay.
So in Islam, it's obligatory upon a believer to pray 5 times a day, every single day. As a convert to Islam or a revert, because we believe everyone is born we believe everyone is born in submission to God. And that's what the definition of a Muslim is. It's one who submits to God. And as a child, you are in submission. You can't take care of yourself, but through guidance or misguidance, we're taken to different spaces, places, faiths, religions, things like that, where we give agency to other beings or people or prophets away from the one God. And so in this 5 prayers of a day, on a convert, sometimes it could be difficult because your entire life you've been living without doing this religiously, this habit of praying 5 times a day. And so one of the things that my wife said that helps her through it, and to make sure to be cognizant of, and of course we're 10 years, we're 10 years in and more. And one of the things she said she does for the prayer is that she says, if I can just get to the next prayer, and if I
Hmm.
can maintain myself between this prayer and the next prayer,
Hmm.
that's my goal. That's the one bite instead of the big elephant,
Hmm.
right? And so if she can control herself, maintain herself, and do her best not to sin between, let's say, Fajr and Dhuhr, which is between sunrise and when the sun is at its apex or its highest, right? Noon. Then that's the goal for right now. And after Dhuhr to Asr, between when the sun is the highest to when it's at a 45-degree angle, or the afternoon, between those two prayers, can I just maintain myself then? And whatever I've done that has been a transgression against myself or anyone else, God forbid, I ask for forgiveness. I make tawbah, and I try to purify myself of that deed and of the consciousness that made that deed happen in the next prayer. So from one prayer, when I'm done, I say, God, allow me to make it
Hmm.
to the next prayer. and to remain in a state of submission throughout the time between this prayer and the next prayer, right? And whatever I mess up on, allow me the ability to ask forgiveness, because you love to forgive, God. You are oft forgiving, and you have forgiven others. So forgive me.
Wow, that's
Okay?
beautiful. It reminds me of something else she said. It means something different, but she said, you mentioned that she said, God, if it pleases you, make it easy for me. If it
Mm-hmm.
pleases you, make it easy for me. So as we close, you guys, I want to, we should have wheels, right? And a will is just basically provides instructions, right, on how to distribute something, your stuff, after death, right? So let's say that we are dying to live, right? We are dying to live, and that every time we change, there should be a death to us. Every time God grows us, something is dying in us, right? So create a will for you. Create one. You are the beneficiary of your transformation and your change, of the things you are coming alive. So the things that you are willing are the thing you're willing it to yourself on the other side of what you are coming from, dying, on the other side of a life that you are recreating, right? Based on God's growth, growing you and growing you towards your purpose, right? So when we have a will, we are giving people instruction. Instruct yourself for your new life, for your transformation, right? Write it down, write the vision down, make it plain. Go back and look at your will often, right? And then maybe you will not try, but you will. I will pray more today. I will save those $1,000 in 30 days, right? So let's will it today, Brandon. Thank you for sharing that. I remember you saying it, and I just thought, another beautiful thing from the beautiful daughter in love. So y'all will today. You will
Yep.
today.
Today's title, guys, was Try This On for Size. And our quote from Nanny Helen Burroughs, educator and civil rights activist, was, people may doubt what you say, but they will always believe what you do. And our affirmation at the bottom of the page, that we, of course, read 3 times for me, you, and the person you're going to send this to, is, I will do, not just try. I will do, not just try. And last time, I will do, not just try. Are you willing to do? All right. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you tomorrow on day 168 of the In This Season podcast. Thank you to everyone.